Have you ever found yourself in a conversation desperately trying to translate every single word from your native language to English? You know the feeling, right? That awkward silence as your brain scrambles, and by the time you've figured out the perfect sentence, the conversation has moved on. It's frustrating, and it makes you feel like you're not making any progress. You're not alone. This is a common struggle for many English learners, and for a long time, it felt like an unavoidable part of the process. But what if I told you there's a way to break free from this translation trap? What if I told you that you could train your brain to stop translating and actually start thinking in English? Sounds amazing, doesn't it? Well, today we're going to dive deep into a powerful set of techniques that will change how you approach English forever. We're going to learn how to train your brain to think directly in English, which will not only boost your speaking confidence, but also make you more fluent and spontaneous. So, grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's get started. The number one mistake many English learners make is trying to translate every single thought. Your brain is a super fast computer, but when you force it to process information in one language and then output it in another, you create a bottleneck. This process is slow, unnatural, and puts a significant burden on your cognitive load. The key to fluency isn't about knowing a million words. It's about being able to use the words you already know without hesitation. And the secret to doing that is to bypass the translation step completely. So, how do we do it? We start by making small, intentional changes to our daily habits, transforming mundane tasks into powerful language learning exercises. The first step is to label your world. This is a simple but incredibly effective exercise. Look around you right now. What do you see? A book, a pen, a chair, a window, a table? I want you to start identifying these objects in English, in your head, without saying them out loud. It might feel a little bit silly at first, but this simple act trains your brain to associate the English word directly with the object, not with the word in your native language. When you're walking down the street, name the things you see: a car, a building, a tree, a person, a dog. When you're in the kitchen, name the appliances and utensils: a stove, a fridge, a fork, a cup. Do this constantly. It's like building new neural pathways, making the English word the default label for that object. Over time, you'll find this becomes a second nature habit, and the link between the object and the English word becomes instantaneous. Next, we're going to narrate your day. This is one of my favorite techniques because it's a risk-free way to practice. As you go about your day, describe what you're doing, again, in your head. For example, I'm making coffee. I'm pouring water into the kettle. I'm turning on the stove. When you're driving, you could think, I'm driving to the grocery store. The traffic is a bit heavy today. I need to remember to buy milk and bread. This internal monologue trains your brain to form sentences and thoughts in English. It's a continuous practice that forces your brain to stay in an English-speaking mode, and just as importantly, helps you identify gaps in your vocabulary. If you can't think of the word for something, that's your cue to look it up later. This technique is especially powerful because it simulates a real-life conversation, but with zero pressure. The third technique is to think in simple sentences. Don't try to form complex, perfect sentences at the beginning. That's a surefire way to get stuck and discouraged. Start with the basics. Instead of trying to think, I am going to the store to buy some food for dinner tonight because I'm very hungry, just think, I'm going to the store. I'm hungry. I need food. Focus on the main ideas and use the vocabulary you know. As you get more comfortable, you can add more details and connect your thoughts. This approach reduces the mental load and makes the process less intimidating. Remember, progress is not about perfection. It's about consistency. Building up from simple thoughts to more complex ones is a natural and effective progression. Now, let's talk about the next step. Use English to solve problems. When you encounter a small problem or a decision to make, try to think it through in English. For example, if you're trying to decide what to wear, think, should I wear this blue shirt or the white one? The blue shirt is comfortable, but the white one looks more professional. I think I'll wear the white shirt. Or if you're planning your weekend, you might think, I could go to the park, or I could watch a movie. The weather looks nice, so I think the park is a better idea. This forces your brain to use English for logical and analytical thinking, not just for basic descriptions. It's a higher level of cognitive function that solidifies your English skills in a practical way. By using English to reason and make decisions, you are fully integrating it into your daily thought process. Another fantastic method is to switch your device language to English. This is a small change with a huge impact. Change your phone, your computer, and your social media apps to English. You already know the layout of your apps, so this won't be too confusing. But it will expose you to a constant stream of English words and phrases, from simple commands like save and delete to notifications and menu options. This constant, low-level exposure is a powerful way to immerse yourself without even trying. Every time you use your phone, you are subconsciously reinforcing your English knowledge. It's a form of passive learning that adds up over time and makes English feel less like a subject you study and more like a tool you use every day. And finally, the most powerful tool of all, shadowing. Shadowing is a technique where you listen to a native speaker and immediately repeat what they say, almost like an echo. You can use podcasts, audiobooks, or YouTube videos. Find a short clip, maybe 30 seconds to a minute long, and listen to it. Then, play it again, and this time, speak along with the narrator. Try to match their pace, their intonation, and their pronunciation. You're not just repeating words, you're internalizing the rhythm and flow of the language. This trains your brain and your mouth to work together naturally, bridging the gap between understanding and speaking. Shadowing helps you build muscle memory for English sounds and sentence structures, making your speech more fluid and natural. The more you do it, the more your mouth will get used to the sounds of English, and the easier it will be to produce them without thinking. Training your brain to think in English is not something that happens overnight. It's a continuous process that requires patience and consistency. Start small, begin with labeling your world and narrating your day. As you get more comfortable, move on to thinking in simple sentences, solving problems, and switching your device language. And don't forget the power of shadowing. The more you practice these techniques, the more automatic the process will become. Soon, you'll find that you're no longer translating. You're simply thinking in English. The awkward silences will disappear, your confidence will soar, and you'll be speaking more fluently than you ever thought possible. Keep practicing, and remember, every little bit of effort adds up to a huge improvement. I'm so proud of you for taking this step. Keep going. I'll see you in the next video.